This free step-by-step video comes to you directly from Haynes. You can complete more than 200 jobs on this vehicle when you purchase the complete Haynes online manual at haynes.com.
Fully apply the handbrake. Place chocks each side of the rear wheel diagonally opposite to the wheel being removed. Pull the trim from the wheel where applicable. Using the special anti-theft wheel bolt adapter where necessary, slacken each of the wheel bolts half a turn. Position the jack head under the reinforced section of the door sill flange and raise the vehicle until the wheel is clear of the ground. Support the vehicle with an axle stand under the reinforced section of the sill flange. Fully unscrew the wheel bolts and remove the wheel. Slacken and remove the lower guide pin bolt. Note that a new bolt will be required. Pivot the caliper upwards and suspend it with wire from the coil spring. Remove the outer and inner brake pads from the mounting bracket. Prise the lower, upper, inner and outer anti-rattle springs from the mounting bracket. Measure the thickness of the pad's friction material. If any pad is worn down to 2 mm or less, all 4 front pads must be renewed. Clean the caliper mounting bracket with a brush and brake cleaner. If new pads are being fitted, the piston must be fully pushed back into the caliper. To prevent dirt being forced back up into the hydraulic system, clamp the flexible brake hose. Remove the dust cap and fit a spanner to the bleed screw. Attach a brake bleeding kit to the bleed screw. Ideally, use a retraction tool to push the piston back. If necessary, a G-clamp will suffice. Open the bleed screw and push the piston back. The displaced fluid will flow into the kit's container. As the piston comes to a stop, close the bleed screw. Disconnect the bleeding kit, remove the spanner and refit the dust cap. Don't forget to remove the hose clamp. Press the anti-rattle shims into place on the mounting bracket. Apply a thin smear of high-temperature grease to the inner brake pad backplate where it contacts the mounting bracket. Slide the inner pad into place, ensuring the friction material is against the disc face. Apply some high-temperature grease to the outer pad backing plate and slide the pad into place. Check that the guide pins slide easily and that the rubber gaiters are intact. Where applicable, peel away the plastic covering from the backing plates. Pivot the caliper back down, insert the new guide pin bolt and tighten it to the specified torque. Repeatedly depress the brake pedal to bring the pads into full contact with the disc. Repeat this procedure on the remaining front brake. Locate the wheel over the hub and align the mounting holes. Insert the wheel bolts and lightly tighten them. Remove the axle stand and lower the vehicle to the ground. Tighten the wheel bolts to the specified torque. Align the notch in the trim with the tyre valve, then press the trim firmly into place. Don't forget to remove the wheel chocks. Open the passenger's door and pull the bonnet release lever. Raise the bonnet slightly, lift the safety catch lever, then fully open the bonnet. Unclip the prop from the engine compartment bulkhead and engage the end with the bonnet hinge bracket. The brake and clutch fluid reservoir is located at the right-hand rear of the engine compartment. The fluid level must be between the minimum and maximum marks on the side of the reservoir at all times. If topping up is necessary, clean the area around the filler cap, then unscrew it. Add new DOT4 fluid from a sealed container to bring the level up to the maximum mark. Securely refit the filler cap. Disengage the prop from the bracket and clip it into place on the bulkhead. Firmly close the bonnet and check it's secure.